So once again, I want to welcome everyone who's joining us today. Today we have yet another session of training. Saturday mornings are the days when you have a training as business partners, people who want to learn the skills to grow their business. We all congregate here together on Saturday morning. Now, for success in any business or success in any career, training is very, very crucial. Training is very crucial because it's the training that will give you the skills to be able to succeed. As I always say, even doctors and lawyers, entrepreneurs in different fields, they normally have their own seminars of the latest trends or how to do their business. And the ones who succeed are the ones who are keen to learn the skills of the business. Network marketing is no different. Virtual AVS is no different. If you want to succeed in your business, it is essential that you attend trainings. And that is why we take our time to be able to organize trainings for those who are interested. So I'm so glad that you're here. You have sacrificed your Saturday morning to listen to what has to be taught today. And of course, I'm also going to learn in the process. And it will be my pleasure to be able to dispense the information that I have in my mind today. Now, network marketing has 8 skills. Network marketing has 8 skills. I just want to share my screen here and sort of like give you an insight. Some of you may know this, some may not know this. Okay, let me just share something here. Okay, so I just want confirmation that you can see my screen. Bridget, you are my assistant today. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, you can see it, Tasha.
Thank you. Thank you, my able assistant. So in network marketing, there are 8 fundamental skills that you need to learn. And from today we are going to start with skill number 1. And in the 8 weeks that will follow, we are going to look at each and every skill. So make sure you don't miss any Saturday. So it says there, what are the 8 fundamental skills to network marketing? Or let's put it another way. What is the fastest path to $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, and even $100,000 a year, which is what all of us are looking forward to? Network marketing is a fun and profitable business if you follow the 8 fundamental skills. In addition to the 8 skills, you must learn from your mistakes. Mistakes will happen. What you do with them will determine your success. Dwell on your mistakes and your business will fail. Learn from your mistakes and you will succeed. So all of us are not perfect. We make mistakes. The thing is, we need to correct our mistakes as we move along in our business. So it says there, if you're making less than $100,000 a year in network marketing, the key to success is to master the 8 fundamental skills of our profession. And those skills are, number 1, finding prospects. It's a skill in itself. Number 2, inviting prospects. Number 3, presenting the business opportunity. Number 4, following up with your prospects. Number 5, closing your prospects. That means making the sale. Number 6, after you've made your sale, getting new prospects started right. How do you mentor your prospects to start the right way? Number 7, promoting company events. Number 8, using a marketing system that is proven to work. There are systems that scientifically have been proven to work in the network marketing industry. The thing is, when you are in any industry, in any business, in any career, there are people who have gone ahead of you and they have made mistakes and they have mastered skills that have helped them. It's normally an advantage for anybody who's new in any business. Why? Because the people who went about, as Anastasia normally says, the people who went and cleared the bush ahead of you, and now the path is smooth. You don't need to clear the bush again by yourself. The thing is, ask yourself, what skills did others use to succeed? Let me copy those skills. And that is why network marketers came up with these 8 fundamental skills. So today we're going to look at number 1. How do you find prospects? And who are these people called prospects? Okay. So follow me closely. If you're able to write your notes, write your notes. It will be very, very helpful. Okay, so let me just share what's gonna help us tackle this topic today, right? So as you can see there, we have a whole presentation of how to find prospects, okay? So a few things, a few probably thoughts that you should have in our mind. The sooner you prospect, the sooner you make money, and you shall say what I shall tell you what prospecting actually means. But the thing is, the sooner you begin to prospect, the sooner you make money, and the sooner your life becomes sweeter. The path of the successful is lined with fear, initially, insecurity, and discomfort. In this business of ours, there is normally some fear, and we all can testify, including myself. Yeah, there's some fear of putting yourself out there, fear of rejection. It says there, the path of the unsuccessful has comfort, no fear, no rejection, but eventually they run out of time and out of money. Okay. I mean, success in life, you just have to tackle this fear, but if because if you just are comfortable, then eventually you won't have time and you won't have money. Okay, which is what we all seek to have. So we might as well grab the bull by the horns. It says there also, if you choose what is easy now, your life will be hard later. But if you choose what is hard now, your life will be easy later. To get the life of your dreams, commit a few years of hard work, pursue personal development, like what we are doing today. Today, we are pursuing personal development in our business. Have discipline, get uncomfortable, lose friends, and eventually have an amazing lifestyle. It is a sacrifice you have to make to live a great lifestyle. In the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, probably we shall no longer be here doing this training. Why? Because you're going to be having $1 million in our accounts every month. We'll now be just living a nice life and traveling the world. Okay? But before you get there, you've got to put in hard work. All right? It says there that entrepreneurs will do what others will not do, or will not do, so that they can live the life others cannot do right now, what others are not willing to do, because later on you'll have a life they can't afford to have. Okay, what we're trying to say here is that there's a price to pay if you want to succeed. There's a price to pay if you want to live that great life. And that is why we are offering these trainings every Saturday morning. So moving on, what is prospecting? What is a prospect? Yeah, it's an anticipation of a particular event. A prospect is an individual who is expected to become a likely customer. Once you set your eyes on somebody who you think will be a good customer in your business, you have found a prospect. What is prospecting? What is prospecting? It is identifying and creating a list of potential customers. You sit back and you tell yourself, you know what, I think my group, my chama, we call them that in Kenya, my chama members should get into this business. Already in your mind, you have identified some prospects. Prospecting is the skill of taking people from not knowing about your business to knowing about it, hoping to convert them to potential customers, from potential customers to new customers and business partners. What is prospecting? It is the fastest way to increase your conversion rates and closing rates. When you get used to looking around, to deliberately looking around to look for new customers, That is how you close people quickly. The more prospects you generate, the more chances you have to close many sales, since every prospect is an opportunity. For example, we are doing our 90-day game plan. Some of us have finished. Some of us are still posting every day. Yeah. What you're doing by that posting is to identify your prospects, to attract your prospects to yourself. So it is something you've got to do every day. What are the activities of prospecting? A salesperson conducts outreach to source new leads. Those people you're trying to get on Facebook, on LinkedIn, those church members you're trying to talk to, your colleagues you're talking to, those are what you call new leads. Prospecting is engaging with existing leads, either using email outreach, social media interaction, event networking, warm outreach over the phone, and contacting referrals. Okay, right. So in network marketing, there are different kinds of prospects. People who can easily come into the business, and others you have to put in some work. So number one is a hot prospect. A hot prospect is someone who you know very, very well, someone who is close to you, someone you will tell to come for a meeting and they won't even think twice. That is a hot prospect. Number two, warm prospects. There are people familiar with you, or people who are referrals. You know, someone who was called by a friend of yours and told that there's someone who's going to call you about a very good business. So already they're expecting you, they know your name, they know what you're all about. A referral is a warm prospect. Okay? Or someone who contacts you after reading your post on Facebook. That's someone who has brought themselves. Those are warm prospects. Number three, we have cold prospects. Someone you don't even know, someone you meet in the supermarket, for the someone you meet somewhere for the first time, when you go to your children's school and there's a parents meeting. Okay, someone you begin to talk to in that meeting is your cold prospect. Then you have targeted cold. Targeted cold, they do not know you, but they are already in the industry. For example, you say to yourself, I know someone who's in the airtime industry, I know someone who works with multi-choice, let me approach them, because whatever they do is connected directly to virtual AVS. That's a cold prospect, but they are targeted. Okay, you target them because they will appreciate the information you will give them. They will, they will tell you, oh, you mean there's another way that I can be able to dispense airtime? Yeah, they'll tell you, oh, you mean apart from being a salesperson for multi-choice, there's actually an app that I can connect people who subscribe to DSTV or to GoTV. They will appreciate the information you're giving them. Okay, so those are the 4 kinds of prospects that we have. So how do you work with those prospects? So what are the 8 trending ways to prospecting? Okay, so as we have said earlier on, let me just go back here. Number 1 and number 2, once you get into the virtual AVS business, number 1 and number 2 are people you should get to talk to immediately. Once you buy your license, you write out a list. It is normally encouraged for you to write out a list of people that you know. The hot and warm prospects, you should not take long before you contact them, because these are people who are, they know you. Yeah, you already have what you call a relationship. Yeah, these are the ones you get into the business very quickly. Now, what are the skills for number 3 and number 4? All right, so number 1, to prospect effectively, number 1, create an ideal prospect profile. What does that mean? When you target somebody, ask yourself, what problem might this person be having that virtual AVS can give a solution? That's the first thing. Identify what pain points your ideal customers may have. Is it someone who's about to retire? You know how to present the business to them. Is it someone who has children? You can tell them open accounts for your children. Is it someone who's afraid of losing their job? Tell them, you know what? You can actually begin a business that can cushion you in case anything happens to your job. Those of you in Kenya, you know, last week, is it last week or it was 2 days ago, or was it yesterday? I think 2 days ago, the, what are they called? The Federations of Employers, the FKF, Federations of Kenyan Employers, something like that. They said there's a risk of people losing their jobs. Did you see that in the news? They said that because the minimum wage was raised on Labor Day by the president. So they came out and gave a statement and said there's a looming loss of jobs. That is a pain point. I know many people are now very worried, wondering if their jobs are secure. Yeah. So what do you put on your Facebook? You're gonna put that article or that link of that speech, okay, by the employers, and you're gonna say there that virtual AVS is your answer to this particular threat right now. Okay, what is the pain points of your customers? So number one, create an ideal prospect profile. Number two, identify ways to meet your ideal prospects. Analyze where you have met your best customers. Now, some of us have been in network marketing before. Which place is that you met your best customers in your previous company when you're doing your previous business? Some of us maybe have been in sales, in marketing. Which place is that you met your best customers? Okay, I know, like, for example, I know I have a friend of mine who normally goes to the gym. Her target is normally the people she goes to the gym with. Why? Because those are people she has done other businesses with. Okay, number two, by identifying a way where to meet your prospects, it will help you to single out your most lucrative places to hang out. Okay, if you're someone who goes to church, you know, if you're known, you know, if you're a leader in your church, then that is the best place to get your people, because they already have confidence in you in a particular area, so it's easy for them to follow you in a certain other area in your business. Okay, this information will help you to map out an action plan where to show up at the right places to meet your potential customers. Okay, we normally call it networking by purpose. Wherever it is you operate, make sure you're always telling people about your business. Okay, make sure you're looking for prospects. All right, number three there. Okay, actively work on your call list. We said once you get your license, you draw out a list of people you intend to talk to. Lists are very important because the lists, you can actually keep track of your progress. It is better than just thinking of somebody and calling them. Writing out a list is important, and as we said, you begin with your warm customers, your hot customers, okay? And then you go on to your cold prospects. So write out a list and take some time each day to call the people on your list. As I always say, the person who makes the most phone calls, is the person who makes the most money. Prepare open-ended questions on paper to help you have a conversation that will help you learn their pain points. Okay, we normally say when you're making a phone call, make sure you write your script on a paper. Don't just call someone, you know, and begin to talk out of memory. Okay, and next Saturday we are going to teach you how to do invitations. For example, you use a script. Okay, maintain an interesting conversation whenever you make phone calls. An interesting conversation. Don't be nervous. Yeah, just talk normally. Hey, by the way, do you know there's a way you can actually you can actually have a business for your children when they're still going to school? Yeah, a business that will actually help them to raise their own school fees by next year, January. You know, you're making the conversation interesting. You're presenting, you know, you're making someone think about virtual AVS in an interesting way. Yeah. All right. Also there it says, those who are not ready, touch base again in 6 weeks. Now, if you talk to somebody and they're not interested in virtual AVS, yeah, according to your list, indicate there, I will talk to this one in I'll talk to this one again in mid-June. You understand? If someone is not interested, instead of insisting on them, just give them, just in your mind, put a later date to talk to them again, probably when something new happens, like when a new country is added, yeah, you call them again. And this is why it is important to have a diary. So that you go to June 15th, for example, in your diary, and you indicate there, call Rose. Understand? Okay. And then the last point there is maintain a good relationship. Okay. Maintaining a good relationship with somebody, you'll be able to turn someone who's lukewarm to actually a warm lead. What are we saying? If someone tells you, you know what, I'm not interested right now in virtual AVS, do not feel bad. Yeah. What you do is the next time you talk to them, don't even talk to them about virtual AVS. Probably they'll be expecting you to do so, but you don't talk to them about virtual AVS. Talk to them about other things. What are you trying to do? You're maintaining a good relationship. At some point, they will come and tell you, hey, by the way, how is that business of yours doing? Okay. It's a skill. There's a time we were having a conversation with my business partner, Anastasia, and there's a lady that she had been trying to talk to about virtual AVS, and the lady really, wasn't responding positively. And the next time she called the lady was actually waiting to be told about virtual AVS, and Anastasia just told her, by the way, I was just asking. I just want to find out how you're doing, and actually that trick worked, because subsequently the lady asked her, hey, by the way, how is your virtual AVS business doing? You understand? Maintain a good relationship. Don't feel bad, or don't cut your relationship with somebody you've been prospecting to. Number 4, ask for referrals. When someone tells you, oh, I'm not interested, probably it is not their time. But ask them, do you know somebody who would be interested in actually making, making an income of $5,000 per month, And the person will tell you, maybe they're comfortable in their jobs. They'll tell you, by the way, there's a friend of mine who lost her job. Why don't you talk to that one? Yeah. Always ask for referrals. Okay. And it says there in the second point, the best time to ask for referral is immediately after a business presentation. After speaking to somebody about the business and they're not interested, they tell you, I'll think about it. Just ask them, as you think about it, do you know somebody who might be interested in such an opportunity? Okay. And research shows that 83% of people would be glad to give referrals. Most people are glad to give a referral. And the advantage of giving referrals, it is that when that referral comes into the business and they become successful, your friend will definitely follow. They'll wonder, even this business was actually good. Yeah. I'm actually dealing with someone who's like that. There's someone who introduced me to somebody, and I asked, the person is interested in buying a license, and I told the person who referred them to me, why don't you buy a license, because so and so is interested? And the person is dilly-dallying. The person actually dilly-dallied. Okay. Now the referral is very interested to get into the business. So at some point I'll just actually go and ask the person, if you're not ready to get into the business, can I get so and so into the business? Yeah. And if they say yes, I simply get so and so into the business. All right. So the thing is, always make sure the people you presented to are aware their referrals are interested in the business, and let them tell you, I'm actually not interested in getting into the business now, but go ahead and register so and so. Get their permission first. You understand? Okay. So always learn to ask for referrals. Now, the other thing is number 5, become, all right, number 5 is become a know-it-all. What does that mean? Becoming a know-it-all is where you need to be very good in this business. You need to have the knowledge on your fingertips about this business. Okay. If somebody asks you which countries are in virtual AVS, you can answer that. If someone asks you, so how do I earn commissions? Which are the types of commissions that I earn? You should have that on your fingertips. Okay. If someone asks you, so if I buy airtime of $50 in a month, How much commission do I get, or how am I paid? Have that information in your fingertips. Know about virtual AVS, because become someone who can be relied on to have information. Because if your prospect sees that you don't have information, you're gonna lose them. Someone asks you, oh, by the way, if I want to withdraw from virtual AVS, how do I withdraw? How do I withdraw my money? You know, better have that information, even if you've never withdrawn yourself, but better have that information. Number 5 is very, very crucial. You can imagine going to a doctor about an illness, and the doctor has no idea. You understand? You lose confidence in that doctor, okay? Or going to a supermarket and asking an attendant for where a product is, and they have no idea whether it's in the supermarket or not. You're gonna, that business is gonna lose you as a customer. And that is why it is very important to attend Zoom sessions made by different presenters, so that you can understand different angles of the business. Okay. Number 6, build your social media presence. Social media is one of the greatest places where you can find prospects. And the beauty about social media, the prospects come to you themselves. Okay, so have a nice profile. If you're on Facebook, have a nice picture. We normally teach about how to prospect on Facebook and other social media. Have a nice picture, have an inviting profile. Yeah, go to your information and put great information about yourself. When someone goes to Facebook and they can't find any information, have you ever gone to a Facebook profile where it tells you no education information, no, there's no bio, there's no introductory information? You will wonder, who is this person? Now you can imagine you're trying to reach out to people on Facebook, and your Facebook profile has nothing about yourself. It is good to put some simple basic information, like the school you went to, the college you went to, what your career is, what your outlook in life is. Those are very, very important. Build a great social media presence. People want to know you. Okay, put a photo of yourself, a smiling photo of yourself. Put a wonderful cover photo. You understand? Okay, put nice pictures of you socializing with people. Okay, so people want to relate to people that they can actually see. So at the end there, it says, remember, social media presence adds to your prospecting strategies, but should not replace your other prospecting activities. What you're trying to say is, don't just post on social media, the 90-day game plan. Also make phone calls to people. You understand? Don't hide behind social media only. Make phone calls to people. Use other methods of prospecting as well. All right? Okay, I hope we are learning. Yeah. But in case you do have any question or any comment, you can type it in the chat area, and then we'll be able to look at it. Now, the other point is, send relevant content to prospects. Provide knowledge, ideas, and insights that move prospects further in the buying process. What are we trying to say here? Always give new information to prospects. For example, when you're paid your passive income on the 15th, it is time to send to your prospect that screenshot. You tell them, you see, I was paid yesterday. You remember the business I was telling you? Yeah. And I was telling you there's a commission called passive income. Look at this screenshot. I was paid yesterday. You see, you're sending them new information. Apart from just sending them Zoom links all the time, send them new information. When we produce a new video, yeah, we normally have those short 30 seconds video. Whenever there's a new video that has been produced, send them to your prospect and tell them, look at this video, look at this person giving a testimony. By the way, if you don't have those 30 seconds videos, please request for them. Just go to the WhatsApp group and ask, can somebody send me the 30 seconds videos? Okay, I think we have about 5 or 6 of them. Keep on sending different ones to your prospects. Yeah, tell them another business partner has just given a testimony. Listen to this. Okay, send new information. A new country has been added, send the new information. Okay, Share inviting tools. The last point there, share inviting tools. Send PDF documents of the presentation. Send video clips. Yeah. Send 90-day game plan links. These ones are normally for business partners. Yeah. Once you have a new business partner that has joined the business, and I'm very happy many of you do this. Once someone has joined the business, send them a link and tell them, hey, by the way, we have a WhatsApp group where you can take a post every day and put it on Facebook. Yeah, send them that link. Okay, always send new things to your prospects. The other day, we were in a media station, Capital FM 98.4. Yeah, if you're a Kenyan, you know that's one of the very popular stations, and the interviewer is a very popular radio personality, Farid Kimani. Yeah, take that interview, take that picture and send it to your prospect and tell them, hey, by the way, we were on the radio the other day. Send new information to your prospects, okay, to bring them closer to the buying process. Number 8, follow up. The fruit of your labor may not show up on the first contact. Move a lead from lukewarm to hot. Moving a lead from lukewarm to hot requires work. Put in some work. Okay? Keep on talking to your people. Don't give up. All right? This means, the second point there says, this means sending follow-up WhatsApp messages, making multiple phone calls, forwarding additional information. Okay? Casually just checking in or sending a thank you note. Someone attends Zoom, just tell them thank you very much for attending the Zoom. Someone comes for a presentation, tell them thank you for attending the business presentation in the office. Always be in touch with your prospects. And speaking of thank you notes, some of you came for the breakfast that we had on April 12th. Okay, we sent you a thank you note. I hope you saw that. Okay, we sent you a thank you note and we requested you to join our Telegram group. I don't know if you have joined our Telegram group. We are having another breakfast in the next few weeks. Okay, please join the Telegram group because that is where we are going to put in more information about the breakfast and afterwards about events. Okay, it says there, follow up within 24 hours. Someone comes for a presentation, someone joins a Zoom. Within the first 24 hours after that, make sure you have talked to the person and asked them, what did you like best about the business? By the way, we are going to teach you later on in other subsequent trainings. Yeah, you don't ask somebody, how did you find the business? You're normally supposed to ask someone, what did you find best about the business presentation? What did you find best about virtual AVS? When you attended the training, the business presentation in the office, what did you like best about the virtual AVS opportunity? It's normally the best question to ask. You know why? So the person can actually think and say, and you know, they can think and it will come to them, and when they think and they come out to the best highlights, it is likely to make them draw closer to the business, be warm to the business. Okay, that's what I normally do. So someone will tell you, I like the way the business actually pays you every month, even when you're not putting in effort. Okay, I like the way the business pays you for 5 years. Someone once told me that, I just love the way this business pays you for a whole 5 years without having to put in any additional capital. Okay, you see, when they think like that, it's going to make them be more positive towards the business. Okay, follow up within the first 24 hours when the business is still hot in their minds. Okay, and it says there, prospecting for new leads is one thing, but how do you keep track and measure success? That is why you need to have a list that you have written, so that when someone buys a license, you write there bought license. When someone attends a Zoom, you write there attended Zoom. Okay, when someone downloads the app, you write there app downloaded, so that you keep track of the person's progress. The person who downloaded the app, the next thing you're going to talk to them about is to buy the license. The person who buys the license, the next thing you're going to talk to them about is to upgrade. You understand? So when you have a list, a chart, okay, when you have a notebook where you put that information, it is easy to track somebody. At the end of the year, you can actually tick and say, this year, first generation, I got about 100 people buying their license. You understand? And you'll go and celebrate your Christmas, you'll go and reward yourself during Christmas. So always keep track and measure your success. Okay? All right. So as we finish up, what are the 9 tips to finding unlimited prospects? What are the 9 tips to finding unlimited prospects? Number 1, be a messenger and not the message. Focus on the problem, not your product. Okay? What does this mean? It means you are on a mission to inform, educate, and help to solve a problem. Your prospect can embrace the message or not. Do not take rejections personally. If you want to succeed in this business, do not take rejections personally. That is why we normally say that you're not here to convince. I don't like using that word. How do I convince people? We're not here to convince anybody. We are here to share information of how someone can improve their financial life. You understand? You're only sharing the message. You are the messenger. You're not the message. Okay? So when someone rejects virtual AVS, it is not you they have rejected. It is what virtual AVS can do for them that they have rejected. So never take rejections personally. I normally like using the example of a cabin crew. If you take a flight, you'll find the cabin crew there who, in the course of the flight, they ask you, do you want to have coffee? Do you want to have a meal and so on? If you say no to them, they don't go crying and saying, oh, they've rejected me. They don't go crying. They just say, oh, okay, that's okay, sir. Okay, or that's okay, ma'am. Okay, what you rejected was the coffee. You didn't reject the cabin crew. You understand? It's the same attitude you should have in this business. Number 2, compliment and find common ground. What does this mean? When you're talking to a prospect, say you have seen someone in the supermarket, you have seen a parent at the school your child goes, and you want to prospect to them about this business. Okay, find a place, a relaxing commonality, common ground. For example, if you're at a wedding and you can see someone has children who are running around, you can tell them, oh, by the way, I also have children. Oh, I see your children are very active. That is how my children are. Yeah. You discuss children. The person will take more to you. Yeah. Or you tell the person, oh, I see you have a very nice watch. I also have an interest in watches. Find something in common. Yeah. Your hair looks nice. Compliment them. Where did you get your hair done? This and that place. Find something to connect the two of you. You understand? That is how you make a prospect attracted to you. Okay. I've observed you, and I see you're a very astute business person. You're a very serious business person. Yeah. Look for something in common, compliment the person. Okay. The last point there says have an elevator speech. Have you heard of the concept elevator pitch? But if you don't know what an elevator pitch is, after this, go and Google. It's a very important concept. An elevator pitch is a speech or something that you can say in about 2 minutes that will actually make the person interested in you. The idea is that you meet someone in an elevator, and before someone comes into an elevator, before they get out on the next floor, already you've told them something that they're ready to even give you their contact. Okay. So for example, someone asks you, hey, what do you do? I'm looking at that last line there. Someone asks you, what do you do? You tell them, I help people find time and financial freedom. You see, when you tell someone just that line, I help people find time and financial freedom, they're likely to ask you, oh, how is that? And that is your link. That is your quick cue to tell them, we have a Zoom this evening. Yeah. If you don't mind, you can give me your number. I'll send you the Zoom link. Okay. Or you can tell them, my company is expanding in this area. Do you happen to know someone who wants an extra income? They'll tell you, hey, but I want it. That someone is me. Or you can tell them, when they tell you about their jobs, when you ask them, hey, where do you work? They tell you, I've been a teacher for the last 13 years. Just tell them, you must love what you do. If they say no, you ask them why not. But that's normally a strategy. When you meet with someone, you tell them, hey, what do you do? I work in this and this place. You tell them, you must love your job. Most people are like to tell you, no, that job really takes a lot of my time. I wish I was freer or something like that. Yeah. So if they say no, you ask them why not. You are identifying their pain points. Yeah. What they feel painful about their jobs. Okay. Compliment and find a common ground. Another strategy is ask questions. Ask questions. This is a strategy when you want someone to reveal their pain points. What do you do for work? For how long have you been there? You must really love it. When you ask questions, people end up talking about themselves. Okay. And people normally are attracted by people who ask questions. You understand? Okay. So you're actually hitting two birds with one stone. Number one, you're getting to identify the pain points of this person. Number two, you're actually making the person attracted to you because they see you're concerned about them. All right. You're concerned about them, of course, for a reason, but all the same, it is a way of telling them about the opportunity. So for example, you meet someone who has children, running around, and you say, you have your own children. They are almost the same age as her children, and you say, you know what, I've actually, you can ask them something. Have you, would you like to know how you can be able to spend more time with your children? Because I've actually figured out for myself, there's something I'm working on that will make me have more time with my children. Okay, will make me actually even work from home. Yeah, and they're likely to be interested in what you have to say. Yeah. So anyway, number three, ask questions. Number four, share your story. Actually, I think this is what I was talking about. When you tell them, I found out a way that can help me to spend more time with my children. Yeah, I found a business that can actually make me have passive income. The second line there says, tell them, hey, okay, let me say the second line there. Tell them, hey, I felt the same way. When they tell you, I wish I could spend more time with my children, you tell them, hey, I felt the same way. I was looking for passive income and a chance to spend more time with my family, and I found it. Now I'm excited about the future. And they'll ask you, hey, how is that? Or you ask, or you tell them, how would you feel if you earned $1 from 10,000 people every month? What would you do with that money? You see, it's a question you're asking them. What would your life look like? What kind of life would your children have? What kind of life would your parents have? It's a question you're asking them. Yeah. When you're prospecting, learn to ask questions. Okay. It makes the person you're talking to think. Number five, remember, do not try to close your prospect on the spot. When you meet someone in the supermarket, when you meet someone at the school your children go to, when you meet someone at church, when you meet someone in public transport, in the matatu or in the taxi, as they call in other countries, okay? You're not trying to make them buy the license right then. What you're trying to do is to make them join Zoom, is to make them to agree to be sent a video. Yeah, you tell them, I found a way to make passive income every month because I'm working towards, eventually leaving my job and spending more time with my family. You see, you want them to ask you, really? How is that? You tell them, I'll send you a video about an opportunity which can get you there. Or I'll send you a Zoom link this evening or tomorrow we have a Zoom. You're going to learn more. You see, you're not trying to close them on the spot. Okay? The point there says, be in a hurry. If after your conversation they ask you what you do, say, I've got to run, but I have something I can send you to explain. It may or it may not be for you, but you might know someone who would be interested. You understand? If it's in a supermarket, you tell them, I don't have time to explain everything right now. What I'll do is I'm going to send you a link to a Zoom. You see, you don't have to start explaining to them the business because they might ask you questions. You're trying to get them interested so that you can send them some more information. You understand? Okay? Or so that you can tell them, what are you doing on Wednesday? You can actually come to our office. There's a business presentation. You see, you're not trying to close your prospect on the spot. All right. Now it says there, if you do not do this 2 to 3 times in a day, or rather, if you do this 2 to 3 times in a week for 5 days, you'll be adding 4 new people every month to your prospect list. Okay. If you do, let's say, this 3 or 5, okay. If you do this, let's say, every day, 5 times, for 5 days, you do it twice. You see, that's 10 prospects you've spoken to, isn't it? Okay. 10 times 1 week is 40 prospects. 40 prospects times 1 year, 40 times 12. Okay, that's around 480 people or 500 people. This is going to access to accelerate your business growth. What you are saying is every day do this 2 to 3 times. Make a phone call, talk to a prospect, post on Facebook to get a prospect, at least 3 prospects in a day. Okay, if you do that, just at least 2 of them times 5 days, those are 10 prospects every week. Okay, that's a goal that we all need to have. And I'm also talking to myself. It's a goal we all need to have so that you can increase your prospect list every single day or every single month. Okay, that's how your business will grow. Number 6, collect contact information. Okay, when you just get in touch, or when you have that conversation with the short conversation with your prospect, when they tell you, so how does that business work? It is a chance to collect their contact information. You tell them, if you don't mind, you can give me your WhatsApp number. I'll be able to WhatsApp you the Zoom that you're having later tonight. Okay. If you don't mind, you can give me your Facebook name. I can be able to send you something on your messenger. For people who are hesitant to give you their phone numbers, we normally recommend that you get their Facebook names. People are more freer to give you their Facebook names more than their numbers. Okay, so it says there the fortune is in the immediate follow-up. Exposure is great, but follow-up is even greater. It takes 5 to 8 exposures before anyone makes a decision, and that is scientific. Yeah, that is why we are saying your prospects, keep on sending them new information. Okay, tell them, hey, by the way, today we have another Zoom presentation. You tell them, oh, by the way, just read this small article that I posted on my Facebook. I think it can also be useful to you. Yeah, keep on sending information continuously to your prospects. Okay, 5 to 8 exposures. Okay, and the next point there on number 6, let's say you meet someone on a lift, on public transport. Yeah, you tell them you've figured out a way to be making passive income every month. Before you part ways, you can ask, what's the best way to get into contact with you? I want to text you and send you a video. You understand? They're likely to tell you, oh, that's great. Send me on my WhatsApp 0722, whatever. Okay. Or if they seem hesitant, ask, are you on Facebook? Okay. Let them give you their Facebook profile, as we just said, their Facebook names. Okay. Create a connection that they will be willing to give you a contact. What you tell them should make them willing to give you a contact. Okay. And give them your contact as well. Exchange contacts, in other words. Okay. Number 7 is very important. Raise your awareness. What does this mean? Raising your awareness means do not bypass anybody. Okay, let me just read there first before I explain. Do not bypass people who can potentially be great business partners. people serving you in the restaurant, your caretaker around your home, okay, or where you live, your mechanic, your colleague at work, your churchmate, your children's teacher, anybody that you come across, you know, throughout the whole day, the people you come across in different areas as you do different things. Raise your awareness and think of that person as a potential business partner. All right. And make those your prospects, because you never know whose life you can change. You never know if that mechanic can actually build your biggest network. You understand? Okay, because of the kind of people he meets. You never know if that person at the restaurant, the waiter at the restaurant, is tired of working as a waiter. They're looking for a business opportunity. Raise the awareness of the people around you. Do not deny anybody a chance. You know, there's somebody today, not today, but this week, I was reading a book where someone was saying, if you don't ask somebody, if you don't ask, you're losing an opportunity of actually going to the next level. So, for example, if you say, I won't tell this person about the business opportunity, yeah, the person could have taken you to the next level. The person could have built you a great network. But even if they said no, you'll still remain where you are. At least you asked. Okay, it's good to ask because it could go either way. Okay, so we are constantly presented with opportunities to connect with people. Let us always connect with people. You never know who is going to make your business big. Okay, never prejudge. Raise your awareness. Okay, do not put name tags. I mean, do not put tags like, that person has money, has a lot of money. That person is too successful. That person does not look like marketing. Oh, that person is too busy. That person is too cool to do this business. Do not tag anybody. You never know what is happening in somebody's world. They could be making money, they could be having good jobs, but they're actually tired. They're actually tired of their jobs, successful as they may look. Okay, they're looking for a way to actually break free. They're feeling like slaves in their jobs. You never know. Someone might look they're not networkers, but you get that person into your team and see what they're gonna do. Okay, you don't know what is paining somebody in their world. Okay, you may ignore someone who has been praying for an opportunity. You may not know if the rich person is tired of their business, is looking for new opportunities, or if the successful person in the corporate world is tired of their jobs, or if that busy person is looking for some relief and is worried about the future. You never know the pain point of that person. So do not prejudge. The worst they can do is to say no. But you know what? They will know about that opportunity and later on they will come. One thing I normally tell people, make sure they know the business is called virtual AVS. Don't say there's another business over there I'm doing. Tell them there's a business I'm doing called virtual AVS. Do you know why? Because the next day the person will go into Facebook, they see somebody else talking about virtual AVS and they'll come running to you. They'll say, hey, I've seen that business on Facebook, because you told them the name. Or they'll tell you, hey, I've seen that business in the newspaper. Wow. They'll come back to you. Never part ways before telling them the business is called virtual AVS. You understand? Never part ways before showing them the app on Facebook, on Google Play Store. If possible, tell them, you know what, downloading the app is free. What you need, it won't cost you anything. Just download it anyway, even if you're not interested right now. Just download and register. You understand? Okay? Let them, you never know at what point they're gonna come back to you. Okay? Number 9, network on purpose. Volunteer everywhere. If they say, oh, women, the women's ministry, we are having a function on Saturday in church, show up for that women's ministry function. Why? Because your aim is to network and get prospects. Okay? If they say, oh, by the way, we are You're looking for people to organize a fundraising. You're looking for people to join the committee. Join that committee. You know why? You're looking for prospects in that committee. Okay? Volunteer everywhere. You never know who you will meet. Expand your hobbies. Join social groups, health club, jogging team, cycling club, church fellowship. One thing I normally say is this. For me, whenever I'm added to any WhatsApp group, I never leave. Whether it's a wedding WhatsApp group, a funeral WhatsApp group, a fundraising WhatsApp group, I never leave. You know why? All the people in that group are my prospects. I'm going to save all their numbers and I'm going to contact them one by one about virtual AVS. So for example, if I'm in a group called Michael's wedding, Michael and Jane's wedding preparation, I'm going to save everybody in that group as Michael 1, Michael 2, Michael wedding 1, Michael wedding 2, Michael wedding 3. Okay? So that when I contact them about virtual AVS and they ask me, why did we meet? I say, but we were together in Michael's wedding preparation team. They'll be like, oh, okay. They're going to become warmer to you. You understand? Never leave any WhatsApp group. You have been presented with free prospects that you never knew, that you never had to go out and meet. You understand? Okay? And the last point there I've put are the pain points. The pain points. Okay? When you're talking to prospects, what are some of the things you should watch out for in their conversation that you'll quickly tell them about virtual AVS? Number one, a worry-free life. You tell them, you know what? I intend to have a worry-free life in the next 1 year. There's an opportunity that I've come across that will get me there. Number two, great family income. Number three, easy mortgage payment. Someone tells you, oh, I took a mortgage. Tell them, you know what? I'm going to show you an easy way to pay this mortgage in the next 3-5 years. Because mortgages, people take them for 20 years. You tell them, let me show you how you can pay for this house in the next 5 years. Number four, health costs taken care of. Someone tells you, for example, oh, God forbid, yeah, but they tell you, my parents, my mom, my dad, my brother, my uncle, and so on, they have this, they're admitted in hospital, or there's this particular, diagnosis they've been given. We normally, every month, they have to do dialysis of this amount, or chemo of this amount of money. You tell them, you know what? Have an opportunity where you can actually handle these health costs very easily. Okay, an opportunity that can create you passive income, so that you don't have to pay for these costs from your pocket. You see, that's a pain point. Number five, retire into good life. Oh, you're about to retire. Oh man, I have an opportunity here which will actually give you a better life in your retirement than the life that you have right now when you're working. Okay, someone will say, hey, I'm interested to know how. Okay, number six, spend time with the family. Number seven, afford college fees. Pain point. The pain point of somebody is that their children are about to go to college. Even if they don't tell you, you socialize with them, right? This person this year has a candidate in Form 4, okay? Or has a candidate in the lower primary who's about to join a high school next year, who's about to join a college next year. Why don't you tell your friend, hey, by the way, you have a child who's joining college next year. In the month of May, I'm going to show you how you can be able to raise their college fees by December. Let's work these 6 months. Let me show you how you're going to do that. A friend who's getting married, you tell them, you know what? I'm going to show you, I have an opportunity where you can actually generate income that you don't need to hold a pre-wedding at your wedding. A dating couple, you tell the dating couple, you know what? There's an opportunity I can show you that is actually going to raise money for your wedding. You understand? Everybody you talk to know their pain point, know what it is they're working towards, that you can actually do a presentation or do prospecting pointing to what they're working towards. You understand? Because everybody is in different levels of life. Know what it is you're talking about the person. you're talking to the person about. Okay. So I've come to the end of my training. In case anybody has a question or a comment, feel free to put it in the chat area. I'm seeing some 2 chats here. All right. All right. Repeat again. We don't ask what. Joy is asking me to repeat again. I don't know at what point, Joy, you are asking that. Maybe you can unmute your microphone and ask, Joy, because I can't remember at which point you wrote that.
Hey, Queen Tasha, how are you?
Hi, Joy. How are you doing?
Good. I was actually asking about there's something you said when you've been with the prospect, and immediately after a presentation, you don't ask this. You say this. I lost that part. I got distracted and I didn't really catch what you said. You said you don't ask, was the presentation good or something like that? I didn't really catch.
Okay, Joy, thanks a lot for that question. What I said is when someone has attended a presentation, don't ask them, how did you find it? Yeah, you don't ask them, how did you find it? Instead, ask them, what did you find best about the presentation? Or rather, what did you find best about the business? So you're actually trying to get into somebody's head. You're actually doing 2 things, Joy. Number one, you're trying to jog the person's memory. To find out, for the person to think and say, hey, actually, this virtual AVS, to get the good points out of the presentation, yeah. So and it's sort of also to let them talk to themselves, talk to themselves about virtual AVS. Yeah, these are business where you earn passive income every month without having to put extra effort, yeah. Or these are business where you use low capital and get a great income, that is nothing compared to the capital that you put in. So you're trying to make them think, yeah. That's number one. Number two, it is showing confidence in your business. You see, Joy, you're confident that virtual AVS is a great business and you're trying to project to show that to your prospect. Yeah. What did you like best about the business? Because, you're making them know that the business is good. Yeah. So instead of also putting confidence in your business in them. So they'll be like, wow, Joy is really thinks this business is good. Yeah. Yeah. That she's asking me, what do you like best about this business? Yeah. So Joy, that is what I was saying. And I also said you're not closing the person on the first instant. The reason you talk to a prospect is for you to get them permission to send you, for you to get permission from them to send you subsequent information. Yeah, like a Zoom link, invitation to the office, or a video. Yeah. Good. Looking at the comment also, and Joy, thanks so much for that question. Looking at the comment here, I see my business partner, Nula, says, similarly in Kenya, we have matatu touts who call out prospects for passengers. I like this. When one refuses to get on their vehicle, they do not take it personally. They simply call out to the next prospective passenger. Nula, thank you so much for that. I think that was in connection with the example I was giving about the flight attendant who doesn't go crying in the kitchen saying that people have rejected my coffee. The matatu touts in Kenya, they ask you, come in, ingia. If you don't do that, they don't cry. They simply go to the next person and say, ingia. And eventually the matatu gets full. Thanks, Nula, for that. It's the same thing with our business. The reason for prospecting is to tell people, come. And that is why we said we do that for about 10 people in a week. Understand? Okay. Nula says, thank you so much for that insightful presentation. Thank you, Nula. Sarah Marion says, wow, what a wealth of information. Asante sana, Queen Tasha. Thank you so much, Sarah. Joy says she has understood what I meant earlier on about what not to say to your prospect after a presentation. Bridget says, great presentation with great skills learned. Thanks, I feel motivated. Thank you so much, Bridget. Today you are my co-host. I appreciate. Joy says, wow, I've learned a lot. I also just discovered I've been using quite a few things all wrong. And that is why it's good to join these trainings. Yeah, even me as a presenter, I keep learning. When I talk, I also learn. Okay. Cynthia says, this is a practical lesson. I can do it. I will do it. Amen to that. Thank you, Queen of Virtual AVS, for sharing these great insights. And thanks a lot, all of you, for your great comments, for your great questions. So I'm going to put this presentation or this training, it's actually a training, not a presentation. I'm going to put it on our WhatsApp group so that you can have a look at it again, each and every point. I trust that you did get a lot of insights to how to prospect. Okay, thank you so much for joining in. Thanks for your sacrifice of being here for the presentation. So next week we are gonna go to the next level. So you have found a prospect, you have identified a prospect. How do you invite them? The second network marketing skills is how do you invite prospects to look at your opportunity? Don't miss next Saturday. Okay, don't miss next Saturday. We're gonna build on what we have learned today. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. If they're not, Henrik, thank you very much. I've seen your comment. Thanks, Henrik. And Ronnie is happy that we are getting the notes. Yeah, I'm gonna put the notes on the group. Please have a look at them and study them before we do the next